Here's a hard truth most people don't want to hear. Passive income isn't passive. At least not in the way it's often sold to you online. You've probably seen the ads. People lying on beaches with laptops, sipping drinks while their bank accounts fill automatically. It's a seductive dream. Money flowing in while you sleep, no effort, no stress, no time required. But the reality behind most forms of passive income is very different. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing a lot, upfront, so that one day you can do less. And if you understand that difference, you'll be miles ahead of most people who chase easy money and end up disappointed. The idea of passive income has exploded in recent years. Everyone wants it. Everyone's searching for ways to make money without working. But what most people don't realize is that passive income is not a product you can buy. It's a system you build. It's not about escaping effort. It's about redirecting it. And if you're willing to do the work to create that system, it can change your life forever. The problem is, too many people start with the wrong expectations. They think passive income is a shortcut. In reality, it's a strategy. Let's start by understanding what passive income truly is. At its core, passive income is money you earn that doesn't require your direct daily involvement to keep flowing. It's income that continues even when you're not actively working. Dividends from stocks, rent from real estate, royalties from books or music, income from online businesses, these are all forms of passive income. But here's the catch. Every single one of them requires significant time, money, knowledge, or effort up front. You either invest capital or you invest time. Often you invest both. Take real estate, for example, one of the most popular passive income sources. On the surface, it sounds easy. Buy a property, rent it out, and collect monthly checks. But before that rent starts coming in, you need to research markets, secure financing, negotiate deals, renovate properties, find tenants, and manage maintenance. Even if you hire a property manager, you still have to oversee the investment. Eventually, the income becomes more hands-off, but getting there requires serious effort and smart decision-making. Or consider dividend stocks. Many investors talk about living off dividends as the ultimate passive income dream, money arriving every quarter like clockwork. But to build a portfolio that pays significant dividends, you need capital. You need to understand how to evaluate companies, diversify your investments, and manage risk. And most importantly, you need patience. Dividend investing is a long game. It takes years, sometimes decades, for compounding to work its magic. Then there's online business, another favorite in the passive income conversation. People see creators making money from courses, digital products, or affiliate links and assume it's easy. But behind every passive dollar are countless hours spent building an audience, creating content, developing products, and optimizing systems. And even once the system is in place, it often requires ongoing updates, marketing, and customer support. The income might be semi-passive, but it's never truly set it and forget it. Here's the paradox of passive income. The more passive you want it to be later, the more active it has to be at the beginning. The front-loading of work, capital, and learning is the price you pay for freedom down the road. This is why most people never achieve passive income, because they quit too soon. They underestimate the amount of effort required at the start and give up before the results arrive. But if you embrace the truth, if you accept that passive income is a long-term game, then it becomes one of the most powerful financial tools available. Because once you've built those income streams, they can transform your relationship with time. They give you choices, they give you freedom, and they allow you to build wealth in a way that traditional active income never can. Think of active income as a treadmill. You run, you earn. You stop, it stops. Passive income, on the other hand, is like building a machine. It takes time, effort, and resources to build, but once it's running, it keeps producing, even when you're not there. And if you build multiple machines, each one contributing a little income, you eventually reach a point where you don't need to run anymore. That's the real promise of passive income, not instant wealth, but eventual independence. Another truth people rarely talk about is that passive income isn't truly hands-off. Even the most automated systems require monitoring, tweaking, and decision-making. Real estate markets change, dividend policies shift, online businesses face new competition. If you ignore your income streams entirely, they can dry up. The goal isn't zero effort, it's leverage. It's putting in a little effort for a much larger return. It's shifting from working for money to managing money that works for you. There's also the question of risk, something passive income gurus often downplay. Every investment carries risk. Properties can lose value, businesses can fail, stocks can crash. The key to mitigating this is diversification. Don't rely on a single passive income source. Build multiple streams across different asset classes. That way, if one slows down or disappears, others continue to support you. A powerful framework for building passive income is what I call the 3 stages of freedom: creation, accumulation, and automation. In the creation stage, you build the foundation, learning skills, creating assets, and setting up systems. This stage is the hardest and most time-consuming. In the accumulation stage, you scale, reinvesting profits, expanding portfolios, and multiplying streams. Finally, in the automation stage, you shift from active building to strategic oversight, optimizing systems so they run with minimal involvement. Most people want to jump straight to automation, but without creation and accumulation, there's nothing to automate. Let's make this practical with an example. Imagine you want to build passive income through real estate. In year 1, you focus on learning, studying markets, financing, and property management. You save aggressively for a down payment. In year 2, you buy your first rental property. It's not fully passive yet. You're dealing with repairs, tenants, and paperwork. But over time, the rent covers expenses and provides positive cash flow. You reinvest that cash flow and, a few years later, buy another property. Now you have 2 income streams. As you scale, you outsource management and automate processes. After a decade, your portfolio generates enough income to cover your living expenses, and you no longer trade time for money. That's how passive income works in the real world. The same applies to investing in stocks. You start small, maybe $300 a month in dividend-paying ETFs. It doesn't seem like much, but over time, compounding takes over. Dividends are reinvested, your portfolio grows, and eventually, the dividends themselves become substantial. What once paid for a coffee now pays for your groceries. Later, it pays for your rent. And one day, it pays for your entire lifestyle. Or take digital products. You spend months creating an online course or writing a book. At first, sales are slow, but as you build credibility and audience, income grows. Soon, the product sells without additional work. You create another product and another. Over time, you have multiple products generating income, each one requiring minimal maintenance but continuing to pay you month after month. The beauty of passive income is that it compounds, not just financially, but in freedom. The more streams you build, the more choices you gain. Maybe you don't quit your job, but now you can negotiate better hours. Maybe you don't retire, but now you work because you want to, not because you have to. Passive income doesn't necessarily mean never working again. It means never being trapped again. One more truth. Passive income requires patience. It's not a quick fix. It's not a 6-month plan. It's a 5, 10, or 20-year journey. But the sooner you start, the sooner you reach the destination. The people who succeed aren't the ones chasing overnight success. They're the ones planting seeds consistently, knowing that those seeds will eventually grow into forests of income. It's also worth mentioning that passive income often starts as active income. Your side hustle might require you to work evenings and weekends. Your first rental property might feel like a second job. But over time, as systems improve and revenue scales, the active effort decreases while the income remains. What was once a grind becomes a flow. That's the transformation most people never experience because they give up too early. And finally, the most important truth of all, passive income is not about money, it's about time. Money is renewable, time is not. Passive income is the tool that buys back your most precious resource. It's the difference between a life where you have to work and a life where you choose to work. It's the bridge between surviving and truly living. So the next time someone promises you easy passive income, remember this: there's nothing easy about it. But there's also nothing more rewarding. Because when you build income streams that pay you whether you're working, sleeping, or traveling, you unlock the most powerful form of wealth: freedom. And that's the truth nobody talks about. Passive income is not about escaping effort. It's about mastering it. It's not about avoiding work. It's about building work that outlives your effort. And once you understand that, once you stop chasing shortcuts and start building systems, you'll discover what real financial freedom feels like. Not tomorrow, not next month, but inevitably, if you start today.